Hello and welcome to Unemployed to Unstoppable, episode 48. We're just about to start the 11th season of The Save, and this will be the 4th in the Premier League with Millwall, 7th in total with Millwall. We've just come off the back of a season where we've won 2 trophies, big summer transfer window, so let's see how we got on. And welcome back. So as a change from our normal summer transfer window, we've not done a kind of club planner preview first to anticipate what we're going to buy. We already had a pretty good squad in terms of development. I'm never sure what to do when we get to this stage of the save. So it's been quite a quiet transfer window, just brought in 1 or 2 players that I think enhance the squad overall long term. But we're gonna run with largely a similar squad, playing on a bit of development from the players who played last season, and look for any opportunities just for slight improvements as we can. So first of all, we brought in free transfer from Bayern Munich. We've got Christian Kopp. He's a midfielder on the left. He's an actual mid left, so not really an advanced or a left back. However, they're the 2 positions we would probably use him in. We've brought him in because he was kind of down as a wonder kid description. We've got him on a free transfer, and he's already worth 28 to 39 million. So he's been brought in as a bit of a profiteering exercise to get some additional transfer funds, unless he develops really well into one of the positions he wants, and then we can keep him in the squad as we move forward. But yeah, pretty good player, quite good in the physicals. He's only 21 years old. He's got 19 caps and 1 goal already for Germany. So a really good little handy player to have, and we'll see how he develops as the years go on. No player traits or anything, but good little squad player just to have about. Following that, we brought in the biggest signing, 53 million for Peter Goodwin from Ipswich, a centre midfielder who's by far and away the most creative player we've probably got now. We've gone for technique, passing, vision, a bit of flair. It's really good physical, really good mental. I mean, his mentals are outstanding. To bring in as a first team centre midfielder to kind of overtake from where Juve was playing in the middle of the pitch. So my long-term plan, I think, is Peter Goodwin and Vancharov in the middle of the park, with Jensen playing deep, and then that kind of cements the long-term future of the midfield. But again, he likes to try killer balls, likes to round the keeper. He's very much a kind of offensive player. He's got a little bit of long shots on him, so I think he will be a really good player. He's done all right in the pre-season so far. So three games, 1 goal, 7.23 average rating. So the plus bonus of him as well is he's English. So again, as part of that development back in towards the under 21 setups, and as you can see, 87 to 111 million already in terms of value. That we've not lost any money on him. 53 was still quite expensive. I did try and do a player plus detail with it, a deal with him to get rid of Anson in goals, but they wouldn't really negotiate with him. We couldn't get the value we wanted for Anson, and he's still kicking about in the club. So a really good signing for a first teamer. I think he's the most enhanced of the squad player we've signed. Simon Becker we brought in from Bayer, 7 million rising to 7.5 million. Again, he's an American, plays on the left attacking midfield role. We've got him as a backup for Johnson. Again, young development. He's got up to 4-star potential. He's already worth 10 to 15 million. So we've punted him out loan initially because we've still got Hansen Aaron that can play on that side because he's not moved on yet. So we'll get a little bit year of development from him, and then we'll either cash in on him or we'll feed him into the squad as a squad player. So again, just a little bit of a filler player, bit of a young player, and again we're building on that developmental role. And then finally we got Matteo Miano from River, 5.25 million as a new backup right back. So again, he's only 21 years old. He's got 5 caps. He's got 4-star potential. I was looking at a couple other players. I think if we go into the scouting, there was a player I wanted at right back who was English, as we like our English players. He should be in the shortlist somewhere. Let's see if I can find him. His name was Cross. There we go, Scott Cross. That's who I wanted to bring in, but 33 to 50 million. I haven't been able to raise the funds for that. I think he would be a better signing long term, but unless we can sell Anson, the goalkeeper, I don't think we've got the funds to bring him in, although I will still try towards the end of the transfer window if funding allows. So that's the squad planner wise. I think we've been through it. I mean, Romero's our first choice, wonder kid goalkeeper. Anson isn't going to be the backup Christopher Braun is. We want Anson to go. There is interest in him, but we just can't get him to pay the kind of 19 million fee. In terms of left back, we've got Mercier, Kravtsov, and Kopp now as a young player coming through. Centre half, we've got Calderon, Ali, who's improved in that position as well. Alan Diallo as a young Englishman. Pete Dewhurst, who's homegrown as a young Englishman as well. Kerr Smith, kind of as an ultra backup because we still haven't got rid of him yet either. Right back, we've got Shahar. We've brought in Moyano as that kind of natural filler for that position now, which is good. It's got a bit of depth. We've got Ollie Jonsson. He's our first choice defensive midfielder. We've got Youad Ali, who can play there, but I've got him more of a centre half than a defensive midfielder. And I think Johnson, long term, in terms of his attributes, is by far the better player as well. So we're quite settled in them positions. Vancharov, I see, is the natural player to play in that attacking midfield, centre midfield on the right, because I think he's the one that's got the development potential. And again, we just need him to kick on a little bit. However, if he doesn't, we've got Hansen Aaron, we've got Alfie Devine, and we've got Diouf and Topologlu in there. I think Topologlu will start the season because he's slightly better in terms of current ability. And when you do a comparison between Topologlu and Vancharov, there is only really one winner. Let me just get him up. Millwall, Vancharov. Is straight away you can see the green player is the better player, which is Topologlu. There is a bit of developmental to go, and I think he's got a higher potential threshold. But as it currently stands, Topologlu is the more rounded off player who's going to start. So again, looking pretty good in the middle of the park. Attacking midfield left, we've got Andy Johnson. We've got Kravtsov as a backup. We've got Hansen Aaron as a backup. And long term, we've got Christian Kopp as well. On the right, we've got Codriano, Vinweza and Medina to rotate between the three. And to also rotate them three between the striker position. So I've done that deliberately to make sure all three of them get a fair amount of game time because they're all going to want to be first teamers. But that's the squad. In terms of the pre-season, it went all right. We were doing quite well. Kicked off with a draw against Las Palmas, which was absolute garbage. Beat Hartford 7-1, which was absolute one-way traffic. Beat Atletico Bilbao and Monaco. The Monaco game was weird actually because I think we were losing. We went down behind them. We went 1-0 down, 1-1, 3-1 down, and then we came back to win 6-3. So a bit of a bizarre game. And then Bayern, Leverkusen, we got beat 1-0, which again was quite a kind game. So we've got the season opener today against Man United. That'll kind of settle how our season's going to kind of go. In terms of the preview, we're at about 150 to 1. I think that might change if we bring in one or two more players, but we're just outside that kind of mid-table threshold again. Our aim is for the top four, which seems still to be quite a bit far away. And the problem is when you compare to players like Erling Haaland, he's still absolutely incredible. He's only 33 years old, but his stats are absolutely wild compared to some of ours. So it's going to be hard to make up that difference. Finance-wise, we've still got 13 million in the budget. I think we are a little bit down in terms of wages, which we need to make up a little bit, but we're still trying to get Anson out the door. Maybe try and get one more out the door. Like Alfie Devine maybe goes. And if I can get rid of Will Alves for any kind of a fee, he can go as well. So we might get enough for one more transfer. It's unlikely, but I think the squad's strong enough for us to push on similar position to last season. So without saying anything else, I'll get our guys ready for first game of the season. We'll play the season opener. We'll see if we can get off to a positive start against Man United and build on what was a tremendous double cup winning season last season and push even harder for a Champions League space, because I think that'll boost us up the wage table and allow us to buy a few better players. A lot of the squad now, we've had them quite young. We're getting to that kind of mid-20s across the bulk of the squad. We've still got some young ones in there, but I think another couple of years as these hit the mid to late 20s where they're hitting their peak, that'll be the real time that Millwall pushes on and makes a competitive edge or a push for the title. So stay tuned. I'll be back very shortly. Welcome back. So the starting lineup we've got for today's game, we've got Johnson, Medina and Vinweza leading the line. We've got Goodwin making his debut with Topologlu and Johnson in the middle of the park. And then we've got back four, Mercier, Calderon, Aliou and Shahar in front of Romero. Hopefully we're going to get off to a positive start, because I know in many other seasons we get there, we have a lot of hype at the start of the season, make some really good signings, and then we get a horrible start to the season against someone like Man United. But I think Medina is a phenomenal player up front who's pipped himself ahead of Codriano, which I never thought would happen, but Walter Medina was the only one of our players to kind of get in the anticipated top goal scorers chart or the player of the season charts. He was the only one that was anywhere near it. So Anthony with an early free kick for Man United misses the target. Not even a save from Romero, but we'll look and see how the game settles on. We're playing a balanced approach. We have made a couple tweaks to who plays where in midfielder. We've gone as an advanced playmaker for the new signing Goodwin in the middle of the park as Vinweza lashes one from the edge of the box. Almost gets us a shot on target. Set piece is going to be key for us again this season. Vinweza throws it in. A couple big players in there, but we weren't able to get anything on target. So good positive start. We had a number of shots so far. Nothing really to threaten the goal. With Shahar plays throwing down the right hand side. Vinweza playing on that right hand wing again. He came in initially as a striker. He's robbed the ball and he's fired it in. But I think he would be really good up front. But I think within our squad, he's kind of found his niche on that right hand side. He's a good hard working player. He can finish. He's got a little bit of pace, a little bit of everything. But it enables us to squeeze in Vinweza and Medina in the same team. If only Codriano was a left winger, we'd be able to get all three out on the pitch. Maybe that's something for us to consider and try in one of the FA Cup games in the early rounds, but we'll see. Calderon playing the ball out from the back. Anthony's gone in tough there on Johnson and picked up a straight red. Hopefully Johnson's not picked up any kind of injury from that because as a defensive midfield player, we can rotate players in there. Juve can play there and so can Goodwin. So we've got a lot of depth in that middle three, but this is giving us a real good opportunity now against 10 men to get this 1-0 lead over the line and have a positive start to the season. Aliou with a deep free kick into Topologlu. Shahar will break down the right hand side. Comes all the way back, and we do play the patient passing game. We are very possession based. Into Vinweza, he nets his second, and he's off on a run at the start of the season. Obviously didn't like being second fiddle to Medina in the top scorer charts. So he's gone off early and he's got himself ready on a hat-trick for the second half. So good through ball, good first touch and a nice calm, easy finish to the back stick. Coming into half-time then, 2-0 up, a man up as well. We couldn't really wish for any better start. So keep going. We'll try and get a few more shots on. We want to get a couple more goals. It'd be nice if Goodwin could get a goal to start his Millwall career on a positive note. So we'll keep playing balanced. I don't want to go attacking because I don't want to risk any kind of comeback. Medina getting the ball up high. He's lost it, unfortunately. We have won it back. Goodwin down to Johnson. Calderon playing it across the back four. Into Topologlu, into Medina. He beats his man. He fires a shot through. It's been tipped over. Again, Medina looking a bit lively. Can we get our first set-piece goal of the season? Vinweza throws it in. Unable to capitalise on it, but still more positivity from Millwall. Again, Man United playing the ball out of the back. We want to win it high with some pressing play. Mercier's got it back into Goodwin. Johnson down the left-hand side with Goodwin. He's getting a few good touches of the ball now. Vinweza in the mix again. Topologlu picks up the ball. The flag's up though. It did look offside. We'll get a VAR check, but to me it looked offside. Yeah, it's been disallowed. We'll let them draw the line, but I think it was pretty clear cut. Yeah, he was miles off. I don't even know why I have to go to VAR for that. Shahar tired, wants to come off. Olander will come on, which again isn't a bad thing because it gives some game time to some of them squad players who don't always get the first team recognition. Man United threatening around the edge of the box though. Good save by Romero. I don't even want them to get a goal because it always gets a little bit nervous when you concede a goal against 10 men when you're 2-0 up and you just think you're going to go on to lose the game. So 20 minutes to go. We are starting to sit a little bit deeper now. How that's not gone in, I don't know. A little bit of goal line technology. Doesn't look like it's in. I don't know. Normally they spin it round, but not a goal. Johnson will come on for Juve. I mean, he did take that rattling of a challenge from Anthony in the first half as we go into the final kind of 10 minutes. I think really we'll just see this out now. It's been a very good performance. Vinweza for Codriano is the last change. I mean, he's not even going to get a rating because it's too close to the end of the game. But with 6 minutes to go, unless Man United score here, please don't. We've got a break now. Vinweza to Mercier. I mean, Mercier was up ahead of Vinweza there. It was quite high up. Into Codriano. He nearly got himself on the score sheet. He's not been on the pitch long. Codriano will deliver a corner in the final, just a couple minutes of injury time. don't think we'll get much more out of this, but in terms of a start to the season, I don't think we could have really wished for much more than this. The ball's being cleared, we'll have a chance to break, but someone just has to intercept the ball off him and run the clock down. Final 30 seconds, this should be the last highlight. I can't see much going on past this. And unless we rob the ball, I can't see there being a goal from it either. I don't know why they do these highlights at the end of the game where they pass it around to the point where they just give up. Topologlu driving forward. Back to Olander. Are we even going to get a chance, or is it just going to be picked up and we all walk off the pitch? Into Topologlu, Diouf to Johnson, into Medina, and he's hit the post. We did get one more chance, didn't quite go in, and that should be the final whistle there. There we go. Vinways run Man United ragged today. Great performance. 2-0 up, 3 points to start the season against one of our what I anticipate would be a Champions League rival. And I don't think we'll be top of the table, but we'll certainly be in and amongst it. So here we go. Positive start to the season. Season 11, episode 48. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of the transfers. Not many, but I think they've been key. And I think Goodwin could be one of the players to elevate us to the next level. So once again, thanks for watching. Take care. And until next time, all enjoy saves and have fun.